Welcome class. Now if everyone could take a seat, open your textbooks to page 420. If you haven't got your textbooks with you, then light up a spliff instead. Now if you don't blaze, not to worry. Just have a listen to me and you should receive a contact time. Today we have Dazcat, a prolific and unique spray artist or graffiti artist who has been in these streets of Bristol for a while and is spreading out across the city quite evenly. A nocturnal creature on the prowl, in the moonlight, shimmying along edges and up poles, leaving their mark, Dazcat is the Bristol's resident cat. I think that this is a crack in the definition of street art for some, because I would say you could consider this street art as well as graffiti, but I'll let the audience decide that. I don't remember the first piece I seen by Dazcat, but it wasn't this year. I think it might have been a throw up, the first one, but because it was a character, it lodged in my brain along with Garfield, Top Cat and Snowball 2. Without further ado, let's get rolling. And thanks to everyone that subbed last week, I managed to nearly get to 150, so that's a lot of kids with spray cans, thanks to you guys. Also, this week, every like I get, a graffiti bomber somewhere will find a new spot. Dazcat draws cats around Bristol. Yeah, now that's the level of observation you will regularly find on this channel, by the way. They're cute multicoloured cats with fresh and funky style of clothing and well-groomed coats, and they have a well-needed spot in the scene. Sometimes displaying a political or social message in areas which are covered by some hard Bristol letters is a stellar matchup. I've always found myself questioning, but in a fun way, why the cat has a human body and not a feline. But then I thought it's like an inverted sphinx. Well, an inverted sphinx, not an inverted sphincter. That's completely different. I can't help with that. I don't really have an urge to catalogue them. But anyway, it's like a reverse Egyptian sphinx. And that's just like the mystery around the Egyptian sphinx is the same with Dazcat. And that's a percentage of the fun. He exhibits a lot of forms of graffiti. We started with a mural, then we've got some pieces, and we've got some more pieces and more murals coming up. Then some throw-ups and some hollows. We've also got some chrome cats. We've got all these variations and styles, plus the changing colours and background effects. Dazcat really has tried, or does try, everything available for him from the culture. It shows that he's a seasoned veteran at this point as well. To be able to go to nearly any area in Bristol, find an incredibly good spot and get up every time, is immaculate work. The piece on screen at the moment is at the St. Werburgh's Tunnel, usually a place of letters, but the cat blends in with the work around it and it doesn't jar the area. They say cats are naturally good at camouflaging themselves, I guess. We have the start of the chrome cats as well. Like, you've got the pink panther, alright, pretty cool. Inky done a fantastic job of that on the pub. But we've got the chrome cats right here. There's something really pristine about these. The shine, the glimmer, the awe-inspiring. I do really love it. It's just a traditional colour, it's a traditional effect having a chrome. So having that bleeding on a wall and having the cat image, quite powerful to me. I really, really enjoy that. What is really cool as well is the cats often exhibit different expressions and they've all got a different kind of personality or character to them. So the characters all have different kind of characters. So I really like that, you know me, I like the happy, silly faces always. But sometimes they can be quite poignant. It can almost look like they're thinking of something quite heavy, or they've been through something. Do you know what I mean? They lost one of their lives, or they're coming down off a bad catnip trip or something. But overall, there's not an expression I find repulsive or something that just pushes away from me or I pull back from. They're all of them. They kind of all have their own little charm. And check this out, the cat's so friendly and the cat's so dope, it's even friends with a rabbit. That's how you know this cat is legitimate. I found this one on the bridge, and not too long after, I spoke to him on Instagram briefly, and I said that this is a heaven spot. And if you don't know what a heaven spot is, it's a spot where if you was to spray and you was to fall over or fall down, you'd go to heaven. Now he downplayed it, but I'm telling you, right, I reckon if you fall in that mud, it is game over. His Instagram is fun and it has a lot to scroll through and go through, so definitely go and check that out and go and give him a follow. From anything from his graffiti posts to his nature trail of a story, he's an interesting character. He hasn't got a website, but he doesn't need one, because you can go direct to him with all your ideas and commissions. And I've got a framed picture coming after I've seen it on his story. I put my bid in and he's willing to hold it to the end of the month. So you've got to check my story and see that. But if you go on his page, it's visible right now. There's big Bristol vibes all over his page, and I've spotted a few different animals too, so go and have a little look-ski. Speak to him in the DMs. I found him to be a really humble and nice man to match. He's definitely a guy that once I've got my skills up, I'd be honoured, or if I'm brave enough, I'd go and ask if he wanted to go and have a little paint somewhere. Also, it's definitely a kind of style of work I'd like to see as a time lapse. I'd like to see the birth of a cat, you know, and then we could kind of hold it in the air like a Simba, or more metaphorically, hold it in the air like a Simba. Bruh. Hope you enjoyed the work of Dazcat and you see what I see. This is the per down BT tower, and it doesn't matter which angle you approach it, you have to come up a massive hill, or rather a mountain. It does provide an absolutely amazing view of Bristol, and it is a spot I can imagine a cat sitting and staring out over into the skies on the night time. Another name making our city better, adding colour on the grey days, which is well needed. Be sure to follow him on Insta, and me too if you haven't already, both will be in the description. I'm working on a few different videos. One is about Bristol houses and all the different houses and in the areas, and another is about a guy, a really interesting artist called Cliffy, and in the video there'll be like a walking tour of his work which he'll be leading, and an interview, so it'll be really interesting one. It'll be very different. Big shout out to everyone who's watching these videos too, for everything going on. Life is mad hectic, so honestly thanks for cutting in some time and coming back every week, even if you don't watch it on the Sunday. I really appreciate you guys watching.